Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today in this video discuss American literature, the Purloined letter. Okay, written by Edgar Allan Poe. Okay, it is a short story, 1844. Okay, in 1844, and it is one of the famous tales of Resociation, meaning stories based on analytical reasoning. It belongs to the early detective fiction movement. With Poe often regarded as the father of the modern detective literature, the story features C. Auguste Dupin, Poe's brilliant detective who solves the mystery of a stolen letter not by physical clues, not through psychological insight and logical deduction. Okay? Set in Paris, the story follows the perfect of police checking Dupin's help to retrieve a compromising letter hidden in plain sight by the cunning Minister D. Through this case, the Poe demonstrates how the human mind, logic, and creativity can outwit even the most complex criminal strategies. This story established many conventional letters used by writers like Arthur Conan Doyle and Agatha Christie, okay, making it a foundational work in detective fiction. Introduction. Important characters of the Purloined letter. C. Auguste Dupin, the main detective of the story, known for his sharp intellect, logical reasoning, and ability to understand others' psychology. Okay, solves the case not through physical search but by thinking like the criminal. Okay, represents the ideal analytical detective and the foundation of modern detective fiction. Okay, the narrator, a close friend of Dupin, observes and records Dupin's detective methods, helps the reader understand Dupin's reasoning process, functions like Dr. Watson in Sherlock Holmes' stories, an intelligent observer, but not the detective himself. The perfect of police Monsieur G, head of the Paris police, intelligent but limited in imagination, searches for the stolen letter using traditional police methods but fails. His failure highlights the contrast between simple logic versus creative reasoning. Minister D, the villain of the story, a clever and politically powerful man, steals the compromising letter and hides it in plain sight, knowing the police will search only for secret hiding spots, representing cunning intelligence and psychological understanding. The royal lady, unnamed, the victim whose confidential letter is stolen. Okay, though she doesn't appear directly in the story, and the entire plot, okay, revolves around retrieving her letter. Represents the theme of political vulnerability and social reputation. So, quick revision table: character, role, and significance. Okay, Dupin as a detective, significance in the story uses analytical reasoning, solves the case. Then the narrator, the finished friend, helps narrates the explain events. Then the perfect G, police head shows limits of traditional policing. Minister D, antagonist, hides later cleverly, silence police, royal lady, victim, her later stolen, drives by the plot. Okay. So now come to the summary of the Purloined letter. The Purloined letter is a detective story featuring C. Auguste Dupin's, who is brilliant analytical detective. The story begins when the prefect of the Parisian police visits Dupin and explains that a highly confidential letter has been stolen from a royal lady by the cunning Minister D. The letter contains sensitive information that could ruin her reputation, and the minister is using it for political advantage. The police have searched the minister's apartment, thoroughly checking every corner, piece of furniture, and hiding place, but they cannot find the letter. Their search is based on the assumption that the letter must be hidden in a secret or complicated spot. Dupin listens quietly and later visits Minister D in disguise. He realizes that the letter is not hidden at all. Instead, Mr. D has disguised it and placed it in plain sight, knowing that the police would never expect such a simple hiding method. Using psychological insight, Dupin understands the minister's clever mind and anticipates his strategy. On a second visit, Dupin replaces the stolen letter with a fake copy. Later, the perfect returns and Dupin hands him the original letter, earning the reward. Dupin explains that solving the case required understanding the criminal's mind, not just physical searching. The story ends by highlighting the Dupin's belief that true detection relies on reasoning, imagination, and insight, not merely routine policing. So the major themes of the Purloined letter: appearance versus reality. The central theme: the stolen letter is not hidden in a secret spot but openly displayed. Poe shows that sometimes the simplicity hiding place is the most effective, and reality may be the opposite of what we expect. Power of reasoning and raciocination. Dupin's approach highlights the theme of intellectual reasoning. He solves the case not by physical searching, but by thinking like the criminal, proving that true intelligence comes from understanding human nature, not mechanical methods. Okay, that is very magnificent line. Uh, Physical searching, but by thinking like a criminal, proving that true intelligence comes from understanding human nature. Okay, that's not come from mechanical. Limitations of traditional police methods. The perfect represents official police work that relies on set procedures. His failure shows that strict formula-based investigation cannot solve complex psychological crimes. For contrast, creative intelligence Dupin with mechanical logic the police. Psychology and criminal mind. Dupin succeeds because he understands the minister's personality and intellect. The story suggests that solving crime requires psychological insight, not just physical evidence. Power, politics, and corruption. The stolen letter is a tool for political scandal or political control. Okay, Minister D uses it to gain power over a royal lady. The story reveals that social institutions are vulnerable to corruption and manipulation. Intellectual versus cunning. Dupin and Minister D are intellectual rebels. Their battle is not physical but mental, showing the theme of intelligence competing with cunning. Secrecy and surveillance. The entire plot revolves around a private letter that is stolen and misused. Poe explores the dangers of secrets and how easily privacy can be violated. Okay, so just you can imagine that. Okay, if you find this letter, okay, how to you can you utilize this letter. Okay, just you can imagine it and write the comment box. Short revision list in the quick for study. Appearance versus reality. Number one theme. Number two, power of reasoning and raciocination. Limits of police investigation. Criminal psychology. Politics and corruption. Intelligence versus cunning. Secrecy and violation of privacy. What force shows through the Purloined letter? True intelligence is understanding human nature. Okay. Poe shows that the best detective is not one who searches the hardest, but the one who thinks the smartest. Okay. That is very important concept in our life, not only in this story. Dupin solves the case by understanding the minister's mind, not by using force or routine police methods. Things hidden in plain sight are hardest to find. The main idea is that people overlook the obvious. The letter is not a secret hiding place. It is lying openly on a mental feast disguised. Poe wants to show that reality is often simple but overlooked. Police methods are limited. The perfect fails because he only used traditional tools, searching, measuring, pulling apart furniture. Poe shows that strict mechanical methods fail when the criminal is intelligent and creative. Crime solving requires imagination and logic. Dupin solves the mystery because he uses logic, psychology, creativity, and observation. Poe shows that detective work is an art as much as a science. Okay, power and corruption operate silently. Secrets, blackmail, and political manipulation. Mental competition between equals. The story shows battle of minds between Dupin and Minister D. Both are highly intelligent. One uses intelligence for crime, the other for justice. Four shows that intellect can be used for good or evil. Okay, so human behavior follows patterns. Defense solves the case by believing a criminal acts based on personality. Clever people shows clever tricks. So that's it about this particular story, and that is considered to be one of the most pioneering figure of the detective story. Okay, so that's it about the particular text regarding only summary. So please read the original text. I recommend to you. Okay, all guys and myself also. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. So bye bye.